We've been doing some really high frequency crystals the past while, and especially as we are coming into a really kind of fertile time in the cycle of the seasons, the cycle of the life as we move into sort of spring and moving through the old spring festivals from Aries into Taurus, which is so much about grounding and embodiment, and really coming into ourselves, what we're seeking to plant, what we're seeking to create for ourselves. It's a really magical and perfect time to be channeling Tiger Eye. And as you can see, this is, if I hold this up, this is interesting because it's a rough piece. It's not polished. Usually Tiger Eye, we see it most of the time polished, and it's such a beautiful crystal, but this is really kind of raw and powerful energy. So coming into a place of attunement. And it's interesting because as I tune in with the energy of Tiger Eye, I feel it really in my core, and especially in like my belly, my abdomen, the sacral and the solar plexus chakra. I really feel this energy, and the energy of Tiger Eye is a little more dense. Even though it's a powerful crystal and it's in the quartz family of crystals, so it's going to be higher frequency, it's going to be more direct, and I mean it was. At the same time, there's also a density to Tiger Eye's energy, which is part of how it's so grounding and embodying and empowering. Very, very key word with Tiger Eye in terms of energy, in terms of frequency, but how that translates into the practicality and reality of our daily lives. And the other thing is too, I felt the energy just sort of fill and expand my core. And when I talk about density, of course, we can talk about lower harmful frequencies that have density. And then, of course, there's physical matter, which has tons and tons of density. But this is such a mellow, centering, fulfilling, and sustaining frequency. I really feel how we relate to Tiger Eye, especially my crystal healing training. We talk about it so much in terms of its balancing effects, its centering effects. This is an excellent crystal for those of you out there who feel like you're really scattered and that causes anxiety, or you're having trouble staying in your body, because a lot of us, especially if we're sensitive, we're empaths, we're going through a hard time, we've experienced trauma, the energy wants to lift up out of the body. This helps to ground and center, but in a way that feels safe. There's a very secure feeling, just a really warm, held, solid centering. You know how I'd like to liken this energy of Tiger Eye to filling a cup, like a teacup, with warm, soothing tea. But it's not like so mellow that it's passive. It's almost like there's this patience to it. There's this waiting. And there's also this reminder that balance is actually constant motion. It's a constant practice. But it feels like, ooh, and there's some energy clearing all the way up from my sacral and solar plexus chakra. Is the second we start to tune into crystal energy and start to let it flow into our system, it starts to work on our healing. And that's true for me as it is for everybody else. So very grounding, very empowering, very centering, because it helps us to feel secure within ourselves, steady within ourselves. I'm also feeling how that energy translates physically in terms of digestive health. I mean, put your hands up if digestive health is an issue for me. It is, or for you, sorry, it is for me. I'm constantly working on digestive health. I feel like between how the emotions affect our digestion, as as well as the food we eat and consume, even the air that we breathe. But this seems to be having this really beautiful effect on how, digestive health in terms of how our emotions affect our digestive health. And certainly when we're in stress, when we're in anxiety, when we're in fear, even when we're in anger, that can upset the stomach. That can upset digestion and throw it out of balance. And I'm feeling how powerfully this is helping to bring all of those systems into a place of balance, approaching our physical health from an emotional perspective. So, and it's interesting too, because as you come into, what I'm being shown, and again, like the energy is really just kind of here in my core. I'm not feeling it go up here. I'm not feeling it go anywhere. It's just like nice. It's like that warm cup of tea, that warm tea that's held in the cup. That's the energy of Tiger Eye held in our core, in our systems. But I'm feeling how, as that energy sort of settles and as more of my energy comes sort of in entrainment with these frequencies, I can feel how it's empowering. I can feel how more strength and fortitude is kind of coming down into my limbs. But again, in a way that doesn't feel like, hematite, like, I'm going to go out and fight a battle. This is more like I am the peaceful warrior who's ready to take whatever action I need to take, but can also be strong in stillness. Ooh, I just got chills. Very cool. Yes, and so that's our channeling. That's our channeling from Tiger Eye today, just bringing you gently but quickly and with conviction into a place of personal power, into a place of strength, of stillness. It is definitely a peaceful warrior stone, and certainly one to consider wearing if you suffer from a lot of stress, anxiety, have trouble staying in your body, and also if you feel that your emotions tend to upset or affect your digestion. So thank you so much for tuning in to this channeling with me today. For those of you who are interested, the wait list for my Pro Crystal Healer course is going up this week. The early bird registration will be happening in the latter part of May, where we get really deep and advanced into the healing work. And also I'll be retiring some of my older, earlier channelings, crystal channelings that are on my IGTV. So if you haven't checked those out, please scroll through and watch those, because this time next week, the first couple months of my channelings will be coming down to make room for more. So that's great. And of course, the request box will be going up right after this for any of you who'd like to vote for next week's channeling. So thank you so much. Tiger Eye. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.